In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Some of us are very self indulgent. They do what they want to do, they try to do what they want to do, they try to do as much as they want to do. They don't care much about what are the limits of moderation, what is the moderate level of doing something, and they least care what the other people are feeling, thinking. They are usually found crossing the tipping point of the people. Why? Because they want more and more and more gratification. They want to keep doing unless and until they themselves feel that they are not enjoying anymore. I think that this sort of attitude and this type of temperament, that is something which creates a lot of imbalance. An imbalanced personality, a person who is not a balanced one, who is not having a balanced approach toward the life, should also be very balanced one, should be very moderate one. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that whoever adopts the moderation never becomes poor. So the poverty is something which is absolutely bad, and the reason, the usual, the common reason behind this poverty is the lack of moderation, not being moderate, not being balanced, failing to maintain the balance. This balance is far more important than any other thing in the life. We people, some of us, maybe many of us, want to do a thing till they feel totally gratified, till they feel totally satisfied. They don't think much how the rest of the people are feeling, what are they thinking about. Not only this thing, rather their own health suffers and suffers a lot, because while smoking, while taking the tea or the coffee, they people least care about the impact of these habits upon their health. They want to do as much as they want to do unless and until they do feel gratified enough, satisfied enough. They want to keep talking, They want the people to keep listening, but it is not always welcome that people listen to them happily. That is why sometime sometime they start over visiting somebody. These over visits too are absolutely wrong. Overstaying is absolutely wrong. Over talking is absolutely wrong. Over spending is absolutely wrong. We should not be trying to cross the limits. Not only this thing, there are people with the excessive sleep habits. There are people who are workaholics. They work so much that a separate word has to be invented for these people. They are workaholics. Being a workaholic is bad. It is absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. I think that we people should not cross the limits of the moderation. Being a moderate person is by far the finest principle to handle oneself, to manage other people, and to survive honorably in a situation while excuse me while while treating oneself, while celebrating, while enjoying something. No matter what we are doing, moderation should always remain the principle. Moderation should always remain the principle, and we must try to control ourselves, because once we are enjoying, once we are happy and comfortable somewhere else, we try to overdo it. Overdoing either here or there, it is bad everywhere else. While we are not interacting with any other person, rather we are dealing with we ourselves. Again, we should not obey our impulses so much that we would be called as the self indulgent person, because this self indulgence is something very destructive. It is something which spoils everything. It is something which spoils our life as well. Hence, it is very important not to cross the limits. Set the moderate limits. Always set the moderate limits, but never try to cross it. Crossing the limits, crossing the tipping points, excuse me, this is really bad. We must avoid it. We must try to take the course of moderation, because being a balanced human being, being a person of balanced routines, it is by far the finest ever principle to interact, to deal with. That is why never wait for the tipping points of anyone else. Stop much earlier, stop as earlier, don't wait for the excessive gratification at all. Rather, there always remain some sort of thirst. Never try to over gratify yourself because it will make you a self indulgent human being.